Hi everybody, I'm an Amazon influencer now, so I'm going to show you how to get to my page. So go ahead and click the link in the description box below, or you can use my Instagram and click on that link tree and it's going to bring you directly to my Amazon storefront. And it's organized in terms of fashion, home decor, things for your kids, creator tools, and whatnot. Just take a look at it. Let me know what you guys think about it. Click on it. You was going to buy it anyway, go ahead and throw me some change.
What up, everybody? What up, everybody? Let's talk about it. It's April Dawn. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it.
What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is They Cloned Tyrone. Kiefer Sutherland, Jamie Foxx, Teyana Ferris, John Boyega, David Allen Greer. So many good people in this movie. So this movie was good. I enjoyed the movie from the beginning to the end. It made me chuckle. I don't know about you guys, but it definitely made me chuckle a few times. Jamie Foxx was amazing in the show, so I thought it was really good. So yeah, funny as hell. The commentary between him and Teyana Ferris. I think that's her last name. It might be Ferris. I might have made that up. But him and her, they were fabulous. They were funny, and I feel like a lot of that was ad-libbed. Y'all excuse me, I'm on location. That's why I'm using this microphone. I hope it isn't echoey in the video. But let's go ahead and get into this thing. They cloned Tyrone. They cloned Tyrone. They cloned Tyrone. They cloned Tyrone. Yeah. I don't know. We meet Fontaine. Fontaine is your neighborhood drug dealer, your friendly neighborhood pharmaceutical agent, okay? And he hangs out in this town called The Glen. The Glen is everywhere. The Glen is nowhere. We don't know where the Glen is. It's just the Glen, okay? He's a rough and tough guy, and he's getting his money all day long in these streets. And we see that he has a little bit of a heart because a young boy, gets in the car with him, and he said he want to get put on. And he says, you need to go to home and go to sleep, go take a nap, go do your work, baby, because you're not going to get put on nowhere over here, okay? So we see that he's a gangster with a heart of gold, per se. He gets up every morning and he does the same routine, which is go to the corner store and he gets some snacks from the corner store, some Rillos, a scratch off. He pours out some of his 40 for the homeless man in front of the corner store. Now, the homeless man in front of the corner store seems to be the only person who knows what the hell is going on in this town, okay? But he know what's up. He also makes stuff for his mom, like breakfast and stuff for his mom, food for his mom. Periodically, he knocks on her door, and she says she's busy all the time. She watching her stories. She just came back from church. Miss Josephine made some fish. At the fish fry, she's still full, so she's good. So we never see the mom character. We also see him watching a commercial for goddamn chicken. It's so damn good. It's so good. The chicken is so good, okay? After a day of picking up all the money from everybody, he has a altercation with another neighborhood drug dealer. And that neighborhood drug dealer is in his area. So he proceeds to hit him with a car and take the money from him. And he says, Isaac is gonna be looking for you. Isaac gonna be looking for you. So later on that evening, he goes to pick up some money from Slick James. I think that's his name. Slick James. Slick somebody, okay? And Slick is a pimp. And one of his hoes is Yo-Yo. Okay, Yo-Yo is Teyana Ferris's character. Okay, so they are at the motels. I'm sorry, they at the Royale, excuse me. He had to give up a little money to get that. And we see this whole time, the rest of the day while he's picking up his things, we see that Isaac and Broke Leg is following him because when he hit the man with the vehicle, he broke his leg, okay? And Isaac is none other than Alphonse Nicholson, that is Lamarcus, that is Lil Murda from the show that we love that's probably never coming back this century, P-Valley, okay? So yes, we absolutely love Alphonse Nicholson, and he really did a great job with this part because he says he gets no me time after after Broke Leg called him, okay? So they following this man around, and eventually he goes over, he meets up with Slick, and he raids Slick's hotel room right as Yo-Yo says she retiring. She finna go down to Memphis and meet her real man, okay? So he comes up in there, that is Fontaine. Fontaine come up in there and Fontaine knock everything down. He trying to get all the money that's owed to him. Okay, so once he does that, he gets in the car. He about to leave, and lo and behold, somebody pulled up behind him and he came back out. The shots ring out. And my God, it is none other than Isaac. Okay, then broke leg hop out the car and go ahead and finish the job. Okay, it's over with. So we see Yo-Yo was in the vehicle. She was leaving, remember? So she's a witness. She's a living witness. And then we have Slick. I know they heard everything that was going on outside. You know, they looked out the window and saw what happened. That's all I'm saying. So now the next day, he just wake up. Fontaine wake up like ain't nothing happened. I mean, smooth, ain't nothing happened. And he's going through his normal routines. He go get his scratch offs. He pours something out of his cup for the homie. And once again, he goes to get the money from Slick. Does his normal routine of the day, right? So he goes to get the money from Slick. Slick go to answer door. He like, oh, hell no.
This nigga done sold his soul to the devil.
Hell no. It's the devil up here. Because Negro, you was dead. 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 You was dead. Okay, and now you alive again. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Obviously, Fontaine is like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm alive. I'm alive. I woke up this morning like I woke up this morning. And he started me on my way. I don't know what you mean. And he's like, if you think I'm lying, go ask Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo left up out of here. We're going to go find her. And she saw whatever, whatever happened. She seen it go down. So go, you ask her if I'm crazy. Boy, you was dead. You was sized 17,000 times, okay? So they go pick up Yo-Yo. Now, Yo-Yo said she was going to Memphis, but, she need little dollars to get down there. You know what I mean? So don't knock her hustle. She out here, doing a little Susan Sarandon. You feel me? Get her in the car, and they going on to where they got to get on to. And, baby, when I tell you, her and Jamie Foxx had me rolling when he said something about, girl, if you hit me, I will jump out this coat, beat you up, and I'll be back in this jacket before it's wrinkled. Baby, I hollered, okay? Hilarious. And Fontaine is like, hey, you see me last night? She was like, hey, man, I seen you last night, Well, did you see me get shot? Well, I heard the shots. I mean, I got ears. They was letting the shots. Girl, did you see me alive, girl? Well, I definitely, saw them shoot you. I don't know what happened, but you look dead to me. I don't know what's going on, okay? She saw the people leave, and she thinks she know who they are. She's seen the vehicle before, okay? So a song comes on the radio when they're looking for this vehicle, and it makes Jamie sleepy. Now that set off a little ding dong in my head. Ding dong. As they coming up on the vehicle, she's like, that's the vehicle. And Jamie is looking like that's not the vehicle because he's thinking about Isaac's vehicle. He's not thinking about the vehicle from the other place. I forgot to tell y'all that when Fontaine got up in the morning, he seen this man. He looked into the street like this, and he seen a man. The man was standing in the street, and then the car came and swooped him up. Now, when they pulled up on this vehicle, it was the same type of SUV. So at this point, I'm scared. My heart is beating. It's in front of a house. They break into this house, but the house is empty. They don't find nothing but a break room. You go to the house, it's a TV up in there, it's a break room where you can sit down and eat snacks, and they're like, we don't understand what's going on. So they continue to walk. And in the closet, they find a creepy elevator. So I don't know if I would get on the creepy elevator, but they all get on the creepy elevator, okay? And they go downstairs and they find a lab with a creepy Afro man. He's an Afro white man. I don't understand what's going on with him, but we will find out later why he's a creepy Afro white man. So they go down there, and Fontaine is hemming him up because he has questions. QT mother NA. He needs answers. Okay, and the dude is like, I am just an employee. I do not patronize the establishment, sir. I don't know what they're doing this for. I am just an employee. I'm just been told to do whatever I need to do. You understand what I'm saying? We're everywhere. So I mean, you kill me, I don't know what to tell you, but like we're everywhere. So in the midst of all this, Slick finds some white powder. And he takes the powder thinking that it's cocaine. But then he starts to laugh while he's talking to this young man, okay? And he's laughing and laughing. And I don't know if Miss Girl Yo-Yo took some too. But what happened was he laughed, she knocked something over, and he accidentally shoots Afro Man. Now that's not no good. That's no good. So what the hell is we gonna do? Now we done shot this man. Now we got to get up out of here, okay? So Fontaine is lost in the sauce because they're screaming, hey, we got to get out. Let's get out of here. But he has found what? His body. His shot up body, honey. So he is a clone. Something is not clean in the milk, my Lord. On the way back, he's processing this. Obviously, this is a big thing, right? To have an actual clone, to be a clone. You're not even yourself. You have to take time to process this, right? So they go over to her grandmother's house. So Fontaine is really on a mission to go find out what's going on, what happened, who did this, where is he, and everything that has to do with this situation. But obviously Yo-Yo is like, let's chill. Let's figure out what's going on with the situation. Hey, it's a lot happening. We need some time to process. You know, this is, you know, a big deal. So let's just go to sleep. Tomorrow we're going to wake up and we're going to figure out what's going on, okay? Because this is probably just foo-la-la. Just like Nancy Drew and Scooby-Doo, bitch. It's just a little foo-la-la, okay? And we're going to figure this out in the morning. But when they wake up, Fontaine is not there. He has went and gathered the hitters, okay? And they go back to the house. But when they get back to the house, obviously nothing is there. And he looks crazy, talking to his friends about an elevator and people in labs doing experiments, right? He sounds crazy. And they're like, hey, man, maybe you need a Snicker. Maybe you need to go take a nap because you're not acting like yourself.
All right, I'm back in the studio. A little change of scenery, y'all. So, you know, I got my microphone on. I'm ready. Okay, you may hear a sign in the other room. He have his tablet, and it's very, very loud. It's on like 20,000% loud. So, like, just ignore that, and we're going to continue on with our story, okay? So after Fontaine has went over to the house and found out that the house was empty, he kind of gives up the ghost and he goes back to the crew and he like, all right, y'all, let's go ahead and do what we said we was going to do because I was trying to do something on my own, but it ain't happening for me, okay? So they decide they need something to eat first. So they decide they're going to get some chicken, some goddamn chicken, okay? So they get on over to the goddamn chicken. They start eating their chicken. And they kind of reflecting on, you know, everything that's happened, kind of figuring out whatever the story is, right? I'm not going to rehash all of that. We saw the movie. We'd all watched the movie, right? Okay, so they was talking about the problems, and while they're talking, everybody gets to laugh, and, you know, things is funny. And then they notice that everybody around them is laughing as well. Like, everybody's laughing at some shit, and we don't even know what we laughing at. Like, who told the joke? Who is the comedian? Okay? And so Jamie, or Slick, realizes that it's the chicken. He remembers the powder that he found at the lab, that when he took the powder, it made him laugh. And that's when everything happened, when he accidentally shot old boy. So he was like, it's the chicken. They putting the powder in the chicken, and they notice that everything around them, you know, everybody around them is laughing, kind of like hypnotizing them, okay? So they need to figure out what's going on. And guess what? They got another Afro white man up in there as the manager. So Fontaine said he finna go back there and, you know, get with him. And she like, nah. Yo-Yo is like, nah, you don't have the best bedside manner. Let me go back there and do my thing. So she tells him that her drink is flat and she needs to make a complaint in the back. And so they back there and he think he finna get it popping, honey. He think it's about to go down, honey. And I want y'all to notice how, like, this was so funny to me that when they went to the lab and they found the white Afro man, that he was playing Michael Jackson. He was playing Michael Jackson. Okay? When she went back in that office, he was playing Michael Jackson. Okay, go back and watch it again. The shade. It's a light shade, but it's very much a shade on there, okay? So the white man think he about to get he licked from the rooter to the tutor. So he go and get her some chicken, and she digs around the office and finds the recorder. And on the recorder, he has his observations about what's been going on with the people, how they act, you know, how they reacting, so forth and so on. She also finds a whole panel of surveillance videos, and these people are surveilling everything: the strip club, the corner store, the streets, you know, everything. Everywhere that you can monitor, that's where they're monitoring with these video cameras. And this is kind of all when they figure out what's happening. So she reports back to the crew. Slick is like, man, we need to forget about this shit because this is the government. Like, we about to go in. Like, they watching us. They putting stuff in our food. They putting stuff in the relaxers, y'all. They putting stuff in everything because straighter is greater. Okay, so that's the thing going around for the perm. So they're putting these things in these products that we all use to try to get mind control us, basically. So we see a picture as they ride in the car of Fontaine's brother. I think his name was Rodney or something like that. I might be wrong about that, but he has a picture of him, and she says, you know, hopefully he not like you, or whatever the case may be. And you know, he clams up, and she puts together that his brother is dead, and we found out that his brother was shot by a white police officer, and he basically bled out for 15 minutes and died. It didn't have to be fatal, but they left him to die. That was for stealing some candy. Well, they said he stole some candy. We don't even know if he actually stole the candy. So they see some products being dropped off to a hair salon. So they go up in the hair salon. Like I said, once they get back there, they're realizing that they're putting this stuff inside of the hair relaxers as well. Slick gets in the back of the truck when they go inside, and he finds grape juice in the back of the truck. So they're also putting these things in grape juice because they got another stop to make. So he gets trapped in there because they get in the car and they leave. And so Yo-Yo and Fontaine have to get out of there so that they can follow the truck. He follows them to a church. Everybody like, what the hell is going on? They get him out the back of the truck, and they're like, okay, I guess we going to church. And he like, I ain't going to no church. I ain't going to church. So they go to church, and David Allen Greer is the pastor, and David Allen Greer is preaching a sermon about obedience. We just want you to do what you're supposed to do and be quiet. It don't matter if your son got shot outside the corner store at 3 o'clock in the morning by some gangsters. It don't matter. Just believe. Just have faith. Just be obedient, okay? And the juice that they're drinking for communion is grape juice. You know, y'all, we be drinking grape juice at some churches, especially the ones in like a poorer community, you know, because like, you can buy those little communion cups from the church store. You know what I'm saying? But if your church don't have a lot of money like that, you just use grape juice and crackers. That's another way that it's getting controlled. Baby, when they started singing in church, he said, you need to trust. Dun, 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 dun. You need to trust. Dun, dun, dun. But I had to run it back twice because I was like, is that? Back that ass up. When they said dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Girl, you're working with some magic. You're bad, yeah. What does niggas think you're mad, yeah? Sad, yeah. Them hoes crying because they're mad, yeah. What's that, yeah? And Slick was like, now, I ain't been to church in a while, but something ain't right. Okay, this don't look familiar. We wasn't backing it up. Down to the church, honey, but they was backing that ass up, honey. You know you look good, won't you back that ass up? Oh, you a fine motherfucker, won't you back that ass up? Hallelujah. Don't play with the Lord like that, okay? He gonna strike me down, y'all. I'm sorry, Lord. Okay, I'm playing. They went back to the corner store. I don't know what made them go back to the corner store. Don't even think. They talking to the old man at the corner store. The man say it's in church. Okay? You need to go back to church. Because the big man gonna fix it. He gonna point you in the right direction. So they go back to the church at night. They sneak back in. And then they figure out that the key card goes in the side of the altar. And this opens up another elevator. And, you know, this time, Yo-Yo like, baby, I'm going to the underground. Okay? We going to the underground. We going to the underground. Okay? They going to the underground facility. So they all go to the underground facility. Right now, this is the big time, baby. When they was getting on the elevator, I'm going down. Hope niggas don't drown and get fucked up. Ooh, let a motherfucker try me. Ooh, he gon' die right beside me. I don't know why. Baby, I died the whole time because literally it is me. We can't take nothing serious. One of my favorite parts of the whole movie. So they go down there. Fontaine whoops some ass. He gets some suits for them. Now, I'm not gonna lie. When they got down there, I was like, y'all ain't just got no damn security. Like, ain't nobody you ain't got no guards, no nothing. But then I started thinking, if they controlling these people, they controlling the clones with words and they controlling everybody else with music and food products and stuff, they probably thought that nobody would ever catch on and no group of people would catch on. But we need to know that Miss Girl is not a clone, okay? They are clones, but Slick don't even know he a clone yet, child, but they are clones. So they get suits, they go to the underground facility, and you know, they looking around. It's all white folks down there, child. It ain't a chocolate drop down there. After they see everything, they go into the bathroom to decompress. They're like, oh shit, are we looking at? What the hell is going on? And she like, they trying to give mind control now. You know, Slick been kind of resistant this whole time, but now he like, man, listen, this the government. We need to figure out what's going on. We need to tell people. We need to get this out. You know, Yo-Yo is like, we got to tell everybody. We got to, you know, and Slick is like, we got to get the hell out of here, basically, because this is the government, and, you know, we're going to end up dead behind this. Fontaine said he ain't leaving till he figure out who the hell he is, okay? Who the hell he is. And so he runs out the room, and they have no choice but to follow him. He opens up a chamber, and all this chamber has all the clones in it. So the different clones of different people, and as they wander through and look at people, Slick finds a clone of himself. So now he has to deal with his existential crisis to realize he is not even himself, okay? He is not even himself anymore. When did he die? What happened to him? Don't nobody know. You know what I mean? Like, you have to realize that you are a clone, okay? Clones are not of everybody. They're just of specific people. They take a note of that. Fontaine finds a clone of himself, but he finds several clones of himself, y'all. All kinds of different clones of himself. Several different clones. So they got him on deck. Every time you get shot, it's another one because they know you a drug dealer and you're going to get shot, okay? Shoots at it, and obviously this is going to set off an alarm. So, you know, Yo-Yo is like, let's go. We got to get on the elevator. We have to get out of here now. And so they get on the elevator and they come up and they end up at the strip club, right? So they walking through the strip club trying to get out the club, and the DJ notices, you know, that they're not everybody else. And the DJ, who is a white man, okay? And he puts on this song that basically hypnotizes everybody. So once it hypnotizes everybody and they're able to make it almost out the door, the DJ tells the crowd to follow them, basically, and attack them. So they do. They run out the door. They follow them. They attack them. They get in the car, but the car breaks down at a certain point. And so they have no choice but to get out because everybody stops. Okay, so everybody stops attacking them. And then, so now they get out the car, and then we get, you know, a villain, okay? The villain is Kiefer Sutherland. Now, Kiefer Sutherland's character basically tells them that he is like mall security. You know, they call him when some things is going wrong and y'all stepping out of what y'all normal plans is, you know, your normal activities. So now I'm here to just get y'all ass together, okay? You know, he explains, give us a long expository monologue about how America was an experiment. The experiment failed. We all hate each other. And basically they do this to so that we can come to this utopic society, and they need to keep this area seedy and bad so that they're able to do the experiment so the people won't find out what they're doing. See, if people start coming into the community and, you know, things start to change, they're going to have a Starbucks up there, and, you know, them white folks ain't going to let you experiment them. That's what he was saying. Okay, the white people ain't going to let you do no experiments on them, but, you know, we can keep them out of here. We can kidnap y'all because don't nobody care if you come up missing, and we can, you know, we can do some experiments on y'all or whatever, and to keep the peace in America working like it's supposed to work. Unity, okay? Unity. That's what we're striving for. Well, he like, basically, I'm alive just to keep everything fucked up. And he was like, pretty much. You know, you a patriot. I'm gonna say you a patriot, so don't think of it like that. So he like, all right, so, you know, now you know everything. So next thing you can do, these are your options. You can either gather your things and go back to your life, or I can kill you. Okay, one of those two things can happen, but, you know, you decide. It's going to be the easy way or the hard way. And they say option number 3. They pull out the guns like they going to do something. He's still talking. Kiefer is just like, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And Yo-Yo end up pulling out a gun on him. And so what he does is he shows everybody that he has control over him. So he says Olympia Black. Fontaine grabs Yo-Yo and pulls her to the ground, and then he tells him to put the gun in his mouth, basically trying to show you that I have mind control over you. You really don't have a choice. You're going to get your ass up and you're going to go back to your normal life like this. It ain't never happened. Okay, that's what you finna do. And then he leaves. We also met Carl. Chase, I can't remember, but he's another clone of Fontaine, but he's like the bodyguard for old boy. Hey, boo. Hey. Come on in. You're going to have to turn this down because mommy's making a video, okay? Come up here. Say hey to the people. Say hey. Hey. Say my birthday is Friday. July 28th. I'm going to be 2 years old. Say hey to the people. Say hey. Oh! Not you got an attitude. Not you got an attitude with me. Hey, y'all, his birthday is coming up. He's going to be 2 years old. I've been a mama in a while for 2 years. I can't believe it. Wakes up the next day like ain't nothing happened, okay? Back to the same routines. Going to the store, get your scratch-offs, get your Rillos, pull out your stuff. Man Frog got something to say, you lose always. Okay, that's what he said. You lose always. He asks his mom, does she want something to eat? She tells him no. Yo-Yo comes to his house the next day and she like, okay, I think they flagged the key card because the key card, it don't work no more, or something was wrong with the key card. It doesn't work. They probably flagged it. She trying to like game plan what they're going to do next. And Fontaine tells her that he's cool with it. He fine. He don't want to go out there looking for nothing. He a dope boy. This is all he is. He'll never be more than that. And she's like, are you serious? You okay with it? So that's what you gonna do? That's how we doing it? And he like, yeah, I'm fine with it. She like, well, maybe the next Fontaine won't be such a bitch. And he like, yeah, maybe he won't be. Bye. So things get back to normal. A little bit more depressing. He's going through his routines. He's starting to get very frustrated with life. So, he goes to his mother room and asks her if she wants something to eat once again, and she says no, and he's just like, can I please talk to you? Can you open the door? And she's just like, she doesn't say anything, I'm sorry, or something like that. And so he gets frustrated. He busts the door down and he realizes that that's just a recording in the room. It's interesting to me that these people knew that he has so much of a less of regard for his mama. I'm not saying he didn't like his mama, but the fact that you never would step in the room, you probably have been this way for a very long time. You wouldn't open the door to even look at your mama, or your mama wouldn't open the door to look at you, and you thought that shit was normal? Like, that is not normal, okay? So he opens the door, and I felt so bad for him, because if he thought his mama was alive, now you have to deal with the disappointment of knowing that your mama is not alive. What you've been listening to is a recording, and who the hell knows when she actually died? Lord, that's sad. My God. He goes outside after he tests some stuff up. The little boy that was from the beginning of the movie, he cheers him up with a story about SpongeBob and Patrick crying, and it kind of cheers him up. It's interesting how SpongeBob is a part of this story because Bikini Bottom and Bikini Alo, I forgot the name of the place. The real place is called Bikini something. And basically on that island, they moved everybody off of that island. And they said they were going to do experiments on the island and then they could all come back. So they moved them somewhere they didn't want to live. And then when they moved them back, the land was largely unlivable because of all the experiments that had been done. I thought that was interesting how SpongeBob, kept being brought up, and the tie-in with that whole thing, okay? So the boy cheers him up, and like I said, he decides to join the cause again. He goes to go see Slick to kind of like get him on the team. Well, let's fix this, let's do this. And then they go to get Yo-Yo, and then we realize that Yo-Yo has been taken. They find out from another girl, she must have went off with some rich baller because I haven't seen her. That means she's now in the facility and they are doing experiments on my good sis, okay? So this has re-energized the boys to go and get her. He says, here's the plan, you ain't gonna like it. Now the next thing we see is him talking to his rival Isaac, and he's like, you telling me it's some Bill Nye the Science Guy motherfuckers underneath us doing experiments and stuff? I don't believe that. You made a mistake. Pow pow, and shoots him, okay? He gets transported to the facility, but then he wakes up, right? And we flash back to and we see that he actually met up with Isaac a lot earlier. He got one of his friends to go over there and meet up with Isaac. So this is not going to, I don't think, arise the suspicions of the people that's observing, because drug dealers conducting business is not anything, uncommon in the hood, right? So they decide they're going to do this together for like $10,000 or something like that. He's going to do this for him. And so you see him practicing with his homie, like, boom, you know what I'm saying? So we got some Bill Guy, the Science Guy, motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? He practicing his line, he running his lines. And it was funny when he was like Denzel, he was like, training day? Nah, the Book of Eli. He was like, man, run that shit one more time. Okay, like, it was hilarious. So they finally get together, they do their scene. He gets shot in the shoulder, okay? It wasn't a deadly shooting. He just got shot in the shoulder. They bring him to the facility. He wake up in the facility, and now he up in that thing. Okay, I stopped taking notes after this point. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So basically what happens is he gets in there, the other two people get in there. Oh, that's right, Jamie Foxx is bringing the cavalry. Slick is bringing the cavalry, okay? They get in there, some kind of way they get her out. They let the people out. They start fighting everybody. The people get in, the drug dealers, all they get in there, they start beating everybody's ass, you know what I'm saying? Knocking stuff over, knocking up, getting the warehouse, knocking over all the cereal and the relaxers and maybe everything they was using to mind control, right? And so we finally get to see him fight. That's Fontaine. He gets to fight, Fontaine 2.0 or maybe 1.0. I'm not sure. Glenn, Gary, whatever his name was, the bodyguard. So they fight. And the bodyguard win. I'm not gonna lie, he wins. And so he gets Fontaine gets drugged into an office. The office is with, guess what? OG Fontaine. Not the clone. OG Fontaine. Okay? So OG Fontaine tells us he is the big bad, first of all. He's the big bad. And guess what? He black. He looked just like us. I feel like that was a metaphor for, you know what I'm saying, we need to take some accountability for what be going on in our own communities. Okay? Okay? Because had you bitches been vegan, you wouldn't have to worry about no damn chicken at all. Okay? I don't know what to tell y'all, but I ain't vegan, but I'm just saying, I think that was a metaphor because the big bad is usually a white man. The big bad was a black man, whole black man. Okay, so he tells him basically he's trying to come up with some type of genetic mutation that's going to mutate black people into white people. He's been working on this for a long time. There's so many genes, hundreds of genes that's going to, that separates us from being white, and he's going to change it. It's going to take generations for this to happen. The only true way that we can stop can be accepted is to assimilate into the culture. So I don't think he meant that white is right. What it all stems for is his brother getting shot by that police officers. He says a line like, I have to do this so that this will never happen again. So he feels that the only way that black people can be safe in a country like America is for us to assimilate and look like white people so that they won't commit the violence, is by assimilating and looking like white people. That's the only way he thinks we'll be safe. So after we get, that's what I got from it. I would love to hear what you got from it, but that's definitely what I got from that whole speech. Obviously the plan is flawed, okay? But he says that they have several locations that they're doing this all over the country, and hopefully they can work on a national rollout pretty soon. They're almost at the place where they can roll this out on a national scale. And so right when old boy think that he has all the control, Fontaine yells out Olympia. OG Fontaine is like, I'm not no clone, but guess what? Carl is. Glenn, Corey, whatever, Chase, whatever his name is, he is. So he takes the gun and he say shoot him, and he shoot him. And that's it. And he dead. OG Fontaine is dead. If I'm not mistaken, ain't nothing else happened. I might have missed something at the end. But long story short, we had a happy ending. Okay, so everybody evacuates the facilities. The naked people is just running around. Child of clones, they just run around like, what the hell is going on? The news is up there. Everybody up there. Child, it's a mess. And they just standing out there and they like, hey, what you gonna do? Well, I'm only a few days old. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go out there and see the whole world. I'm gonna see everything. Slick say he gonna retire. He might head to Memphis with Yo-Yo. You know what I'm saying? Because she looking for a real man. And a pimp don't like to say his feelings, but he think it's gone time to hang his pimp hat up too. And so Yo-Yo is retired. She want to let you know she is retired. And then that's it. The end. But not really, because somebody else wakes up and he look like Fontaine, but he got tattoos right here and tattoos and stuff, and he got cornrows. And he get up. He walks outside. He go to his mama door. He said, Mama, you want something to eat? She said, no, I don't need nothing to eat. I'm doing X, Y, and Z. He said, okay. He keep on going. He leave out the house. He go get some Rillos. He go get a 40. He pull out some of the 40 for the homie. Okay. Then he go by his homeboy house and he watching TV. If you look closely, the cereal that was in the warehouse was most certainly there. So as him and his homeboys are watching the news report about what just happened in the Glen, we still don't know where the Glen is. We know they in California because of the palm trees, and they say something about Los Angeles. But as they're listening to a news report about what happened, do they realize they see somebody that look just like this Negro sitting next to them, and they say, Tyrone, that look like you. So we found out who cloned Tyrone. I don't know. I feel like there should be maybe another movie. Okay, these three can have like a series of Scooby-Doo movies. And I am all for it. Okay, I was 100% here for it. I know some people had issue with the professions of the main people of the show, a drug dealer, a hoe, and a prostitute. But if you listen to the premise of the movie, they were supposed to be a drug dealer and a pimp, because what did I say? A drug dealer, a hoe, and a prostitute? No, I meant a drug dealer, a pimp, and a hoe. Okay, so it's supposed to be those seedy people to keep the area bad so that nobody will come and find out what they was doing. Okay? That's why. If they would have had a doctor, a lawyer, and a goddamn engineer, it wouldn't have been no movie, y'all. So I get I don't. Because if you understand, let me take that back. I don't get it. Because if you have good comprehension skills, you would realize. Because if you had good comprehension skills, you would realize that they were not, they were not trying to have upstanding citizens in the area, because that would defeat the purpose of the whole damn experiment for people who be coming up in there with Starbucks and shit, okay? So they were supposed to be seedy people, okay? I love the fact that Yo-Yo was not a clone and she was literally the smartest out of the three of them, okay? I love the fact that we went to her grandmother's house and we saw her trophies and we saw the things from her childhood that maybe could have led her on another type of life if she had made some different choices. Because she obviously loved to read Nancy Drew, because the bitch read Nancy Drew too. I felt her on that because I was a Nancy Drew bitch. Okay? Like, I read all the Nancy Drew books and the Babysitter's Club. Okay? Holla at me, millennials. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Elder millennials. Okay? What else I think was good? I love the movie references. Hollow Man, was it Agent Orange or something orange something, I can't remember, Agent Orange or something like that, but they had a lot of movie references in this, and I really, really like, along with the SpongeBob references. The man who made this movie he went to Tuskegee, so I'm pretty sure that Tuskegee experiments was probably heavy on his mind. If you don't know what that is, they injected a lot of men with syphilis, and to see what it would do to their bodies, and all of that kind of stuff. So they did some horrible things to these men. You can research it for yourself, because I don't want to be up here quoting wrong information, but I'm sure that was heavy on his mind. And I just really love how Jordan Peele, I can really make him the daddy of the 21st century of black horror, because he really, Get Out has really ushered a new era of filmmakers into the black movie world. Like science fiction. How many science fiction movies with black people came out when we was kids? Okay. I maybe could name one, maybe two if we lucky. I'm not sure. But this type of genre is not, it's not new for black people, because we've always done horror and stuff like that. Even in blaxploitation times, there's always been black horror movies and black science fiction movies. But never has it been elevated to the mainstream. Blaxploitation films were not mainstream movies. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Back in the day. So I love the fact that we're really experimented in this genre, and the story was very science fiction, but also extremely black and done extremely well. Okay? And I love that about this movie. I did think that some things were clunky, the way that things were handled, but I do feel like it's that type of movie. It packs a big punch, and there is this thing called suspension of disbelief. I hate to watch reviews when people are analyzing every single thing. Here's something to analyze. Well, how was they able to just walk around the facility and nobody would find them? How, if they was observing everything, why didn't the people know that they were coming up with this? Why wouldn't you replace Fontaine and everybody who saw Fontaine get killed so they all want to remember? Yes, these are good, logical questions, but at the same time, it's called suspension of disbelief, y'all. It's a story. All of those things happen. If all of those things happen, there would not be a movie to watch. Okay? So if they replaced Fontaine and they replaced Slick, it wouldn't be no movie. It wouldn't be no movie. Okay? So, also, piggybacking on Yo-Yo, like I said, I love the fact that she was the smartest one, but they literally discounted her because she was a prostitute. She was a hoe. They thought she was dumb. They didn't even make a clone of her because they felt like she come a dime a dozen. But the joke is on their ass, because she literally was the smartest one out of the three of them, okay? So, I really like that aspect. But I just really enjoyed this movie, y'all. It was a wild ride from the beginning to the end. A very exciting, very fun movie. Please watch it. If you haven't watched it and you watch this review, baby, you pretty much already watched it. So go on to Netflix and watch that thing. And let's support our boy Jamie. I'm so glad that he is doing so much better, y'all. I saw that video, and he do look pale, but I mean, if you've been in the hospital and you've been sick, I mean, I would think that the color of your skin will probably change a little bit. If you've been recovering and you've been struggling and through the storm and the rain, you might look like it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad the man alive. I ain't never been so glad to see somebody alive, y'all. Woo, my God. I am so glad this man is still here with us, because Jamie Foxx is really my childhood. My childhood, y'all. Yeah, I just want to say that They Cloned Tyrone. They Cloned Tyrone was a good movie. Check it out. It's on Netflix. I'm not that late with the review this time, okay? So, I'm doing better. The next show I'm going to watch is called The Horror of Dolores Roach. Now, that was a recommendation by one of y'all. Put your name in the comment. If you know who I am, you know who you are, okay? I looked for your comment, but I couldn't find it. But yes, I have watched some of it. I'm going to finish it, and I'm going to do one big review for it because I just feel like it doesn't need an episodic review, okay? Unless y'all really want that, okay? Let me know if you're watching The Horror of Dolores Roach. It's good. It's on Prime Video, okay? Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Share this video with all your friends. And I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Peace.